Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inside Scoop. My name is Dan, and I'm the primary content creator here on I Feel Like Learning. Today, I'll be talking to Olivia and Deeraiya, who you guys might know as my frequent co hosts on Roundtable. And I'll be talking to both of them today about a program they're both in right now, as both of them are pre-law students. So for today, as a way to get to know them, I'll be asking them questions, helping to break down what pre-law is like, and also hoping to demystify the whole applying to law school, classes, volunteer experience, what you should be doing, things like that. So, hi, Olivia and Deeraiya. Thank you guys for both doing this today. So, as I said, both of you are pre-law students, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
So, what attracted you to choosing this, I guess, path, this program?
I kind of knew I wanted to do pre-law, go to law school since third grade. My high school experience in the law and public service magnet program at our high school that kind of prepared us for law school.
Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe not as early as third grade, but I definitely think I knew that I was going to law school by probably 10th grade. But yeah, so being in the law and public service program definitely influenced me to want to go to law school. But I have to say, I'm not officially pre-law according to my university because I couldn't figure out if that was like a designation or a major or whatever. So I'm like pre-law in my mind and I've already applied to law school, but I'm not officially pre-law according to anybody.
Yeah, I think for a lot of schools, there really isn't a pre-law designation in the way that I think there was in the past. At least in my school, we just have pre-law advising, and I'm in the system for that and involved in the pre-law club.
Okay, so you guys kind of started talking about like clubs and activities, stuff like that you can do as an undergraduate. So I guess generally, what is life like as an undergraduate student in who's thinking of going to law school in pre-law?
Um, I think that a lot of the focus is just on maintaining a good GPA and studying for the LSAT, as well as getting involved in different extracurriculars and getting internships and stuff like that. I mean, for me, I'm going to law school straight after I graduate, but a lot of people like to take a year or two off just so that they can get formal work experience and like really think about if it's something that they want to do.
Yeah, I agree a lot with what Deeraiya was saying, and I think exposure is definitely very important through internships, through clubs, maybe just in what your classes that you take. Um, for one of my classes, I took an education policy and politics course, and completely random, didn't have anything to do with my major, but I think it gave me a lot of information about education law that I never really had before. And from it, I think I still am kind of considering education law as a future for me. Um, but knowing more about it is, I think it's valuable to have at least some knowledge before you start going into law school with a trajectory point.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. And I think that a lot of people go into law school not knowing exactly what they want to pursue. So it's definitely important to see if you can take any classes at your university or college about potential areas of like practice.
I think kind of going off from that, I guess, as an undergraduate, kind of as both of you are more towards the end of your undergraduate experience, what's something that you kind of wish you knew about, like something you should be doing or things like that, like something that you kind of wish you had the knowledge of regarding pre-law and applying to law school when you started college?
I wish I knew how expensive it was going to be because just to register for the credit whatever the CAS credit assembly something, I don't know what it means, but like you have to register for this thing online so that it can send all of your grades and letters of recommendation and everything to each school you want to apply to, and just that costs $100 or so plus the LSAT, which I think is like $200 now per registration, and then applying to each school is like between 65 and $85 plus $45 to send your LSAT score, unless you get a fee waiver, but then you still have to pay for sending your LSAT score usually. So the whole thing, and then if you're lucky enough to be able to pay for like an LSAT training course or something like that, it costs upwards of, I think, like $900. So the entire process probably will cost 2,000 or more. Unless, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, so around $2,000 more or less, which is a lot of money.
Yeah, I wish I talked to my pre-law advisor, I think, starting my first year of college, just to grow a relationship and kind of start the process a little earlier.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a general thing too. Like, I'm sure it's important in pre-law, but even outside of pre-law, definitely talk to your advisors early, make sure that you're on the right track to not only graduate, but also kind of get into a field that you want to get into specifically within your major. So we all know that you go to law school and you become a lawyer, but I guess more specifically, or kind of breaking down lawyer, what are specific career options that are available to students who pursue law and go through a pre-law program in their undergraduate experience?
There's a lot of different things that you can do with the JD. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go to law school, is that there's like it's very flexible and you don't ever have to like stick to one sort of practice.
Yes, you could obviously become a lawyer. And then there's so many different branches you could be within that. Um, as I'm looking up right now, you could be a real estate agent. You could, it said be a special agent was one of the things listed. Accountants could benefit from a legal background.
Yeah,
Um,
also there's a lot of programs that you can do, like a JD and MBA program, or like JD LLM if you wanted to go overseas and practice. Or what's the public, I don't know, like a MPA, public something. I don't know. And so yeah, there's a lot of joint programs you can. Oh, you can also do like a JD MD and JD PhD and JD MA. There's lots of things you can do depending on the school. So do research on that if you have multiple interests.
Yeah, you could be also like a legal professor. We didn't talk about that. If you want to continue being in a college environment.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot more options than I initially thought regarding kind of what you can do after law school. So I guess kind of to wrap it up, my last question would be, what's next for you both?
I'm still waiting to take the LSAT. I probably will do it over the summer. So I have a little bit of time before I really have to start worrying about applying to law school and all that.
I am currently in the midst of receiving decisions back. So currently, I've been accepted to 6 schools, which I'm happy with. It's good options, but we're still waiting on a few, and I should put my deposit down in the next few months, hopefully.
Well, that was an inside scoop into the life of a pre-law student. If you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments below or contact us via our website. The link can be found in the bio below. Thank you for watching this episode of Inside Scoop. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all of our new releases. New episodes of Inside Scoop will be available every Friday. Also, be sure to check out other content from I Feel Like Learning, as well as all the other I Feel Like productions. Until next time, keep asking questions, keep staying informed, and keep on learning.